219 News Now is brought to you by the South Shore Line and by Strachan Van Til, making lives easier for 95 years.
I'm Andrew Garcia, and this is your 219 News Now. Indiana's Senate rejected House Bill 1032 in a 31-19 vote, preserving the 9 congressional districts as they have been since 2021. The plan, supported by President Trump and Governor Braun, would have redrawn districts mid-decade to favor Republicans in next year's elections, but was defeated. The no votes came from 21 Senate Republicans and all 10 Democrats. Redistricting cannot be considered again during the 2026 legislative session, according to Senate rules, leaving Northwest Indiana's 1st district intact with Lake, Porter, and Northwest LaPorte counties. Northwest Indiana's Regional Development Authority released a 20-year strategic plan to spur growth in Lake and Porter counties, prioritizing land redevelopment, airport expansion, tourism enhancements around the Indiana Dunes, lakefront revitalization, commuter rail improvements, and reduced highway congestion. The plan calls for a new land development entity to assemble and clean up large parcels, make upgrades to Gary and Porter County airports for cargo, sewer expansions for lakefront communities, and reclamation of industrial properties, supported by economic modeling forecasting gains in wages, jobs, and population. Now we'll look at your weekend weather presented by NIPSCO.
Now, time for your 219 forecast, sponsored by NIPSCO. I'm meteorologist Zoe Mintz, and we're looking at a very cold weekend. In fact, the coldest air of the entire season arriving on Saturday. Friday afternoon, it's still going to be cold though. High temperatures near freezing, mostly cloudy conditions, maybe an isolated snow flurry. But by Saturday, that Arctic air will plunge across northwest Indiana, bringing those wind chill values, even in the afternoon, down to well below 0. We're also going to be seeing widespread snow, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of accumulation throughout the afternoon on Saturday, so make sure you take it slow on the roadways and bundle up if you have to head outdoors. Overnight Saturday and into Sunday, those wind chill values could potentially get down to -15 to -30 degrees, so stay indoors if you can. And by Sunday, it's not going to be much warmer. In fact, it's only going to be near 11 as the high temperature, those wind chill values staying below 0 on Sunday, so find ways to stay warm this weekend. It is going to be a very cold one.
And in sports, Highland meets Whiting on the boys' basketball courts. Here's a look at the action from that contest.
Highland is looking to win its 3rd game in its last 4 contests. Whiting, meanwhile, has played just twice on the season. The Oilers look to jump over 500 on the young campaign. The visitors come out firing. Lamont Ferdinand hands it off to Darryl Walker. The junior walks into a triple and pulls the ripcord. Whiting draws first blood. Highland quick to answer, though. Cameron Katz drives and kicks to Brady Boyd in the corner. The sophomore lets one fly. Down the hatch it goes. Not long after, the Trojans work it around to him in nearly the same spot, but it's the same result. Boyd finds the bottom of the cup. Trojans lead by a point. Later, Highland is off to the races. Jacob Burleson with the bounce pass and the break to Katz. The sophomore takes the contact, give him the hoop, the harm, and 3 points after the free throw. Highland gaining momentum. Whiting not going anywhere just yet. Over 3 to play in the second quarter. Adrian Gonzalez Jr. jabs, puts it on the deck, and fires the long ball and connects. Oilers thinking comeback, but Highland seizes control from there. Katz continues to find the right man. Jake Slavin drives baseline, hangs and hits off the window. Highland adds on and never looks back. The Trojans win 51-39. These two teams are scheduled to meet again on December 22nd at the Highland Holiday Hoop Fest.
To read up on more local news and headlines, visit JEDtv.com and NWI.com. I'm Andrew Garcia, and this has been your 219 News Now.